Question number 4. Is it dangerous living in Africa? Well, some parts are obviously more dangerous than others. If I was in Somalia, yeah. If I was in Sudan, most definitely. Nigeria, I'd probably have to have a bodyguard. But here in Nairobi, it's much safer than in other places. And we've noticed over the last 8 years of travelling here that some things have changed and some things haven't. But now, as a Westerner, you're probably not as vulnerable as you used to be of being robbed, but you've got to be street smart. So dangerous. Well, we have security guards all the time on our property. So we live in an apartment block, and you wouldn't get a place without those. If we had a house, we would have to have a guard, or a couple of guards and some dogs. Can we walk around the streets during the day? Not a problem. Definitely never at night, because you become more of a target. If I go out for a walk or a run, I make sure I don't wear a watch, take my phone or anything like that. You don't advertise and say, please rob me. When we get in the car, we lock the car doors, but that doesn't mean that we have the windows up all the time either. Although if there's a traffic jam on, most definitely. You've just got to use the brain that you've been given. So when we get into the car, I try and put my phone underneath one of my legs. So if we do get carjacked, at least I can call somebody to come and get us. But you've got to be really clever. You also have to lock your house all the time, which we learned after we were robbed earlier this year. So is it dangerous? Well, in some ways it is, because like Lizzie catches a motorbike to work every day. It's like a taxi type of thing, costs about $1.20. But we make sure she has a good helmet, a jacket and everything like that. In fact, Pete's probably the most dangerous person to be around, because he will often fall off his motorbike, we break in something or needing stitches for something. I think it's because he's a guy, but also he takes a lot of risks on the road because traffic is so bad, so he whizzes in and out with his motorbike. There's a big difference too between whether you're white or you're a local, or you're a male or a female. So being white and a female makes you more vulnerable than if you're a guy. Like we had a young guy living with us, and he would go for a run up to an area there's no way that I would even walk through without a local. There's a slum that we have some projects in, and we only park our car in 2 places. That's where they're going to be watched and secure. And if we're visiting a family in a slum, we only go with some local contacts that we've got there. Apparently it used to be safe to walk around there during the day, but not anymore. But we'd never go in there at night. And there's some areas that you just don't go into, and we have a bit to do with the Australian High Commission, and they go, oh, you don't want to go there, you don't want to go there, and that's actually most of the places we work with. But there's a few that we go, no, probably not the wisest move to go in there. So can we walk around? Not a problem. Do we have people all over the city that we visit? Sure, of course we do. You don't want to become like in this little closet. But you've got to use the brain you've been given. You don't put a bag around on your back. You wear it in the front. When we take people into certain places, we'll say, okay, take your rings off, you can't take your camera in and things like that. So if you use it, be prepared to lose it type of thing. But you just get smart. And when you're not, you let your guard down, that's when issues can happen. So do I feel dangerous? Do we feel scared? Not really. Never. Well, maybe once or twice. Catch ya.